Let's get that light green, boy. Welcome into the banter.
You might have to touch it, Brodie. That seems to work.
We're joined by special guest, Sir Brodie Smith. It's been a while since Brodie's been on the banter.
No, you're not. The sensor's at the top.
You know what? Hit me with it.
It just, I can't, Hunter. You know I can't let that happen.
Let me make sure we don't have anything here. I don't have any topics coming into today. Not that I normally do.
Wow. There you go.
But you know what? I mean, I can kick us off with I ran
the battery.
The
battery's been going bad for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
I ran my half marathon on Sunday, so I can give y'all a brief story from there, and then we can just.
Yeah.
Did you finish on Fortitude Hill?
No. So let's actually start with the first one I ran. You know, it was a hilly half marathon. It was scary because of how hilly it was, and I heard about Fortitude Hill prior to the race. Fortitude Hill was a joke. I said that on the last podcast.
You did.
Yeah, Fortitude Hill, the worst hill was well before that. This half marathon, way hillier, way worse. So you started off, it was in Blacksburg, Virginia. You started on the Virginia Tech Medical School campus, and then you ran uphill for a little bit, and then you ran straight downhill for 3 miles. Well, not straight downhill, but net downhill. And then you got to the bottom at mile 4, and basically the next 8 miles were building back up to elevation. So the next 8 miles were net uphill. By the time I got to mile 7 or 8 or something, I had forgotten how far I'd ran downhill. I didn't remember until I looked at the elevation map. And so I just kept waiting for there to be downhills because I just kept hitting uphill stretches. And I was just like, this has got to end at some point. You can't, I'm running a loop. I can't only run uphill. You got to run downhill at some point if you ran uphill, forgetting I had ran downhill. And then every mile marker, it felt like there was another big uphill. And so luckily pre-race, I was standing next to these two guys who were they seemed like experienced runners, and they were talking about running this race last year. And they're like, yeah, I really feel bad for everyone who hasn't ran this race before. And so that got my ears perked up because what am I about to get into? And they're like, because every time you get to the top of these hills, once you get to mile 10 and you think you're done, and there's always another one. He's like, and then it kicks it all off with that hill on mile 12 that lasts basically until the finish line. You got a mile up, straight uphill. And so I luckily heard that, and I was just like, okay, mental note.
Yeah, at least
save energy for mile 12 because I'm going to need it.
You didn't have false hope at the end of the hill. Yeah.
And so I went out with the goal of 2 hours and 5 minutes. I wanted to be close to 2 hours. 2 hours and 5 minutes felt like that was close to a 9:30 pace, and that is what I felt I was capable of doing. So I went out slower than that, which is what I should have done. It's perfect. I was going at 9:39, 9:40 pace going out, and then I slowly ramped up, and I was feeling good. And then I got to mile 10, and all the stuff I was trying to read how to pace a half marathon. Everything said once you get to mile 10, you just have a 5K in. So that's the mindset: is you get to mile 10, and then you race. So basically, the first 10 miles is just set yourself up to race the last 3.1 miles.
Okay.
So I passed the thing where I finished mile 10. I just have 11, 12, 13, and then 0.1 mile, and that's it. So everything I read online was basically the best way, because you're kind of in a dark spot when you've been running for a while at that point. And so everyone online was saying basically just pick a person in front of you and chase them down and pass them, and then pick the next person in front of you. And you just race from there on out. So I was
what happens if the people in front of you are doing the same thing?
Well, that's what I found a group of 3 people, and we were all clearly picking the people off in front of us.
Oh, okay.
So that made it great for me because it was me, this dude, and this girl, and they passed me, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. They just passed me, so they're not going to stop at me. They're going to keep going. So I just got right behind them, and I just let them push me because I was just okay. I'm going to stay with these people. The dude kind of took off. He was just kind of gone. He must have kicked it into 8-10 pace. He was just out of there.
Yeah.
So, but the girl stayed basically exactly what I was trying to do, just slowly overtaking people. So I just stayed right behind her, and then it was working. I was running the 4 mile 11. My watch went off 9:09 pace. I'm like, this is great. I'm cruising, and I felt good too. Was the thing. I didn't feel, my legs felt good. I felt tired, but of course you feel tired, but I didn't feel like I was breaking down. So mile 11, 9:09. Then mile 12, it was 9:08 or 9. It was in that same realm, and I'd passed way more people. I'm like, this is, I'm doing it. This is working out perfectly to plan. I got one more mile. You can do anything for 1 mile. And then I hit that mile 12, where mile 12 starts. So mile 11 marker, or no, mile 12 marker. I finished mile 12. So I just have 1 mile, mile 13, and then the 0.1. And I turn the corner, and there it is. There's the hill. And I mean, it's just straight up. And
my gosh.
Here we go. This is it. Game time. I knew it was coming. So the girl I was following, slows up. And I'm like, oh, I'm passing my pacer. This is even better. So I pass her. And about the time I pass her, I feel my calf just catch for just a second. It was just like a sharp pain and just stopped for a second. And I didn't stop running. I just kept going. I was like, that's not good. Because I've always heard of that. I have never cramped during a long run, but I've always heard of people be like, a cramp's coming because your muscle will just catch. I'm like, I know what they're talking about now. I felt it. And so I was like, okay, I have a bunch of electrolytes, tons of sodium. So I just start pounding it because I still had some left.
Are you a fanny pack runner?
No, I just had a handheld bottle.
Okay.
And so I just started pounding my electrolytes because I'm like, I got salt on me. Hopefully this stops it before it goes. So I start chugging it, and then like 10 steps later, full on calf cramp. Just excruciating pain, just cramped up. I had to just like limp, so I just popped over onto the side, started stretching my calf out until it like calmed down. And I was
What's going through your head at this point?
I was a little upset, but I also was like,
because you had a heck of a time.
I was feeling great,
yeah,
and I was kind of also though a little proud because I was like, that's good because that means I pushed myself.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like I hadn't pushed myself to a cramp before, so like I'm actually emptying the tank here. Like,
how far up the hill were you whenever you started to get the cramp?
Well, it was a tourney, so I was about halfway. I didn't know though.
Okay,
I had no idea because it was like a curvy hill.
Yeah.
So I didn't know where the hill ended.
Do you feel like that extra bit of effort going up the hill was just ice?
Well, yeah, it put a lot more stress on my calf because I'm a lot more on my toes going up a hill than I normally run. So I was using my calf more.
Okay.
But so I stretched it out and I was like, okay, I feel good. I started running again, cramped again, like 4 steps later, and I was like, I'm gonna have to slow down. There's no other option. So then I slowed myself down because I was like, at this point, if I just run slow and smooth in, I'll still have a good time, but it won't be a great time. So that's what I did. And I like made 2 more turns, and then you hit like mile 13 right over the crest of the hill. You start going down, and that's where mile 13 you finished it. And then the last 0.1 was all downhill. So then I got the last 0.1. I ran fast down the hill, and my calf felt fine for that. And then I crossed the finish line. And so what I was happy with though with this one was, so my time ended up being, my chip time was 2 hours, 7 minutes, and I think 1 or 2 seconds. So I only missed my goal by like 2 minutes. So I was happy with that. And then what I was happy with though was the first half marathon, I ran in like 2 hours, 25 minutes or something. And when I got in the car to drive home, my legs still felt good.
Okay.
And so I was like, I had more in the tank.
You had more
like
to leave out
I didn't leave it all out there.
I get that, yeah.
This time I could barely walk to the car. Like I stopped, I talked to Liz, I talked to Luca, and like once I stopped moving, my legs started locking up, and I like went to walk, and I just was like limping. And I was like, oh no. And so I got to the car, I was like, Liz, you're gonna have to drive home. And Liz hates driving on big roads. It's I-81, it's not that big, but she hates it. She's like, I can't. I was like, I will put us in danger if I get behind the wheel right now. So I sat down in the car.
I can't pivot my ankle right now.
And so I got in the car, and I was just like sitting there, and Luca fell asleep like immediately. And so I was just sitting there with my legs like semi-straight, and I felt fine. And then Luca, about an hour down the road, so like 30 minutes from home, woke up and started crying. And so I needed to give him his passy. And so I turned, and as soon as I turned, whole left leg cramped.
Oh, gosh.
And so then I'm basically crying in the front seat. And so Liz pulled over, and I had to get out of the car and walk to sit next to him in the back. And so then I went to get out of the car, and I had to move my legs. Oh, it was awful. I felt like I was a baby deer trying to walk around. I couldn't bend anything. But at the same time, that was a great feeling because I was like, I know that means my legs are still tired. And this is 3 days later.
What did you get
so I'm
when
happy.
You finished?
What did I get?
Like a medal? Like did you go medal?
So pre-race, you did check-in, and I got a long sleeve T-shirt.
Yeah, okay, nice.
I only thought I got 1 T-shirt. So it was a long sleeve T-shirt. It was a Virginia Tech race, so that was the other thing. It was a little cringy. I'm not a Tech football fan.
Okay.
If I was, maybe this wouldn't have been
They're
cringy.
the Hookers.
Hokies.
The hookers.
They're not the hookers.
No, Hookers.
They're not the hookers.
They're
They're the
Hookers.
Hokies.
They like to go to the. They freak at the hookah.
They do frequent the hookah bar. That actually is true. Okay. I thought you were just saying that was their thing.
No, that's what people call them.
That's fair. Okay. I didn't know that. Like I said, I'm not.
Who
a
is
Tech
their
football fan.
greatest quarterback of
Michael
all time?
Vick.
Okay.
Secondary,
Well,
Logan Thomas.
Some will say Marcus Vick, but
I would say, more
Did you
people
watch
would know
Marcus?
Michael Vick. No, I'm not a Tech football
Marcus
fan.
was a monster.
Anyways,
I liked Vin Diesel.
but pre-race, there's a minute till we run, and they were like playing just like "Don't Stop Believing," like just like that type of music, just like fun music. And then since it's Virginia Tech, the minute before they play Enter Sandman, and all the runners started jumping.
Nuts.
Oh, it was a cringe. I just stood there and everyone's jumping. I'm like, oh, what did I just get myself into? This is gross. Because then like everyone's just so amped because they're all Tech fans.
Yeah.
Like, most of them are Tech students. And so everyone around me is amped and I'm just standing there. I'm like, like, I mean, it's. I guess it would be cool. I guess if I was a Tech fan, but this is just kind of.
Oh,
like,
it'd probably be really cool if you were.
Yeah, because I mean they got to, I guess, in their heads kind of feel what the football players do because like you're about to do the athletic event. I will say the national anthem when you're about to do an athletic event feels way different than when you're there to watch.
Is every like sporting thing kind of cringe if you're not in it?
Yes.
No,
Like, do you think the Gator Chomp is cringe?
No. I have been to a Tech football game. In the setting at Tech.
That makes sense.
At the game, I'm jumping for Enter Sandman.
Outside, though.
It was that we're about to run a race. We have nothing to do with Tech football. We are not. We're a bunch of runners. Most of them are like parents of Tech students.
Yeah.
And they're playing Enter Sandman and we're jumping. It's like,
okay.
So I'm not a sports person. Like I enjoy watching sports and I like it when people are passionate about it, but it's not something I've been into watching sports. So whenever you're like saying that, like, and people getting like super pumped before the race because like that's like what their team does or whatever, like I don't get that because I'm like, I don't understand how people are so passionate about their team. And I see how genuinely passionate you are about Duke. And I'm like, I don't
see, like if I was running
that.
a Duke race, there's a few different things. Like if we start chanting "Let's go Duke," like that would get me amped up.
Yeah, but I
have no passion for Virginia Tech, so I was just standing there like,
When you hear,
but
I
makes sense,
I also
I
don't
would feel like that about a band. Like if a band was about to go on stage, I'd lose my mind.
I was gonna say like when
so
you hear like when you go watch one of your favorite artists, right? And like the first few chords of the song,
I'm losing my
super
mind.
recognizable to one of your favorite songs. You freak out.
So I understand. Everybody has that thing.
It's kind of like that in a way, I guess.
Yeah.
Of where like you're sitting around waiting for the game to happen, and then the intro song starts.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, all right,
in the context at Tech football, electric atmosphere. Now it doesn't help that Tech sucks and has for multiple years.
It haven't been good for a while.
But I can only imagine, like, there's always that clip of, I think it was like Tech versus Clemson or something when it like registered on the Richter scale.
Oh, okay.
It was like a sold out game and they all, like, I can only imagine that because the Tech game I went to was like a early season game because Lizzie's uncle has season tickets. And so the only time we'll ever go is if it's a game he doesn't want to go to. And we're only an hour and a half away and he's a big Tech fan. So like the only time we're getting tickets is if it's a game that no one cares about going to.
Yeah.
Then we've went. So we
So
went
you're
like
saying
once or
Tech
twice.
fans are like fair weather fans?
No, I'm saying he was just like, you can have these tickets because like we're
But
gonna
you're
blow them
saying,
out.
like the game wasn't really legit. Like it wasn't.
It was like it might as well have been a preseason.
Yeah.
It was like
that's what I'm saying. They're fair weather fans.
I wouldn't necessarily.
If they were the number one team in the country, the stadium would have been.
This was not when they were number one
nuts.
team in the country.
Yeah.
The stadium was still nuts.
Oh, it was.
Yeah. No, it was packed.
Oh, okay.
He let us have those tickets because he was like, well, if you're gonna go to a game, this is the one I care the least about.
Oh,
the stadium was still
cared.
packed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The stadium was still packed. And what I do like about Tech, and this is probably the same, because like most of the football games I've went to have been Liberty, and Liberty only the student section's into it. It's getting better, but pretty much only the student section's into it. Whereas Tech, I mean, we were just in like the like general admission kind of.
Yeah.
And this is how Duke basketball has been every time I go to, but everyone's doing everyone's jumping for the Enter Sandman. Everyone's doing the chants. Like everyone's sold on the game. And that's how like Duke basketball, Cameron Indoor, everyone's sold. So like it's probably like that everywhere, but that was cool. It's like you got to kind of like, because when I went to Liberty, I would always want to be in the student section because it's way more fun to be invested and hype about a game than just be sitting over there on your hands. Like,
You have to be like a little bit delusional.
but you like you let yourself be delusional.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
It's like intentional.
If you're like Liberty, though, you have to be like a little bit delusional because you're like, if we actually played any team that was legit, we would get slapped.
That's not always true.
It's mostly true.
Not always though.
It's almost 99%.
But what do you mean by legit team? Like, where do you draw the line?
A top 20 team.
That's not true. We've been ranked in the top 20. We've been a top 20 team.
And you've played against other top 20 teams.
I don't know if we played against other top 20 teams when we
That's
were.
what I mean. Like there has been college football is notorious for having teams that are highly ranked.
If we played an SEC school, yeah, we would get wrecked. But I mean, we've beat ACC schools. We've taken ACC
for
schools,
sure. I'm just saying that
and we've beat teams that have beat top 20 teams in the same season.
You have to be, I think sports, and this goes back to like Konner's like doesn't understand it. I think you have to be somewhat delusional though, because you have to be like, if you're an NFL team and you're 0-2, realistically your chances of winning the Super Bowl are so small.
Unless you're the Bengals.
So small. So like you have to be kind of delusional, being like, oh, we lost this game because of this. We did.
No, you definitely
and just be thinking, because you can't be telling yourself 2 weeks into a very long season like the season's over. We have no chance.
Well, yeah, because then you had nothing. You had nothing to watch.
Yeah. So you kind of have to be a little bit delusional.
I'm not a
or
big
optimistic. Maybe is the right word.
Yeah, delusionally.
I bet
optimistic.
when you were in Liberty and they were good, you were like, oh, I bet if we got a chance.
No, I'm realistic with Liberty sports.
Okay.
Because Liberty basketball, I would consider myself a little delusional. Liberty football, I'm more pessimistic than optimistic. Because right now, Liberty football is exciting because we're 3-0. But the second we lose a game, I'm not going to care anymore. Because if you're a small school,
but the only one that's excited about Liberty football are Liberty football fans.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's true about 90% of schools in the country. That's true about pretty much any school except for like top 5.
It's more like the only people talking about Liberty football are Liberty football fans right now.
I mean, you just brought up how they were talking about him on Pick'em on Barstool. Like 2 weeks, like literally that was like the first thing you said on Monday.
It was like a throwaway comment. It was like, hey, I'm picking Liberty minus.
But I mean, how many schools were they not talking about? That they didn't even give them a throwaway comment.
It was a good bet.
They picked them.
Hey, it was a good bet.
We picked them -3 and we won by 27.
Hey, a bet's a bet.
Liberty's made a lot of people money this year because Liberty's covered every spread.
That is fair.
So
shout out to Liberty. Go Flames.
Now, Liberty basketball, I'm optimistically delusional. A little bit less now that we don't have Darius McGee, but we had a 3-point shooter who could go off for like 50 any game. So like you could beat any team in the country with that.
There's like 3 people that are very invigorated with.
I'm just saying you could
right now.
you could beat any team in the country with that. So
basketball is definitely more fluky.
Yeah.
Like,
well, especially
the better team doesn't necessarily always win.
Especially with March Madness. That's what makes it great.
The way that it's set up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Here's what I want to hear. Okay. This was.
Anyways, I got a medal and a finishing shirt.
Okay.
To bring it all back. So I got 2 shirts and a medal. I got 2 shirts and a medal.
One question: is it illegal to run on all 4 limbs?
No, it is not. Okay. There's people who've done it. There's people who've done it.
Is it illegal to run on all 4s?
But
I'm just saying, you get a cramp up the hill, you just go down on all 4s. You just keep going.
Oh, bear claw.
You're definitely allowed to. The only real rule.
I've been waiting like 30 minutes to ask you that.
Only real rule is like
basketball, football guys.
There's like max finishing times. It's like you have to finish in this amount of time.
Is it illegal to wear Heelys?
Probably. It depends on the race. It depends on the race.
Gotta be illegal to wear Heelys.
This one was like a USA track and field.
I mean, is it illegal to wear roller skates?
Well, it depends on the race. Because like technically, sure, it'd be against the rules, but like I run this race up at Trevor ran it with me last year, the Apple Valley Gross Orchard or something 5K.
Definitely don't want to wear Heelys there.
No, you don't. But I'm just saying, like that's
Heelys.
just a mom and pop like apple orchard that wants to just put a little race on so that you so they have more business.
Great
they
apples.
don't give any. They don't give two because there's like banned shoes, for instance, that are like too good of shoes. They're banned. So like
Skechers.
Exactly.
Shape ups.
So like there, you can rock those. It'd be like playing an unsanctioned versus a sanctioned event.
Yeah. Or
no one's gonna care if you show up with a turbo putter in your bag for a local weekly.
That makes sense.
But you bring it to a PDJ event, it's not going to rock.
Yeah.
So this one, there would have been a lot because this was like a USA track and field. I don't know how running works sanctioning wise, but like they were hyping it up a lot as far as that goes. So.
Imagine you become the Healy guy. Like you show up, they're like, oh, there's the Healy guy that runs marathons.
Would Heelys be an advantage?
Yes. Downhill? Yes.
Downhill, but
but you wouldn't be able to run.
But uphill.
You would hurt yourself.
Why wouldn't you be able to run?
It's like running in high
suck.
heels.
They suck.
Do they? Have you actually ever
like
worn them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have.
Have
you
worn them? I've got them banned
I still
at
have
probably
a
more
pair,
places
but
than you've
I
worn
haven't
them
taken
into.
them out of the box.
You've never worn Heelys?
No.
You've never, wow, Brodie. I feel like you should be the Healy master.
I have Heelys that fit.
That's
me.
like I feel like that's like
My
your
size
like perfectly your time frame. You should love Heelys.
They sent me a pair.
I'm surprised you never did like a Heelys trick shot.
I know.
I think they sent me a pair to do one. And I was thinking like I would just kind of like Healy into frame and like no look scuba and then Healy out of frame kind of thing. And I thought it would be a really, for Vine especially, like a little 6 second video like that. I think that would have been really cool. Never did it. Never opened them from the box.
Dang.
I wonder where they are.
You should, man. They're a good time.
I know exactly where they are. They're in that room.
It's a little bit of a learning curve. It's not like immediately I step into them and I'm a Healy master. You got to practice.
You got to practice a little bit.
That's
a little balance thing.
If you can figure out how to run without it like really jacking you up, the benefits
it'd be
of
hard.
healing
It'd
downhill.
be hard to run without jacking you up.
I just don't
now imagine
know.
skate shoes. So imagine
It's
you
like
got
running
your pairs
in
of
heels, though. I mean, literal, because they're off the
yeah.
ground.
But
like
imagine
this.
you're running in DCs or like Decines, like skate shoes.
Yeah, they
where
don't
there's-
have cushion
There's no
either.
support. They're just flat skate shoes,
Like
and
this.
now you shove a rock in your heel. And then you have to run with that.
I mean, do you sacrifice your entire body for one race? That's the question.
Yes,
you have
I
to
do.
have.
I do personally. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for the right one.
If you could, I think like a 10K. Yeah, I think you could.
You could destroy so many people going downhill if you got really.
It would
good,
be funny if you like sprinted and jumped, and then like everyone's just like just dying downhill, and you're just like rolling by like, oh, how's it going?
However, your calves after running with Heelys on might not be able to support the balance you need.
That is true. It would be some intense balance.
You guys should do that for a punishment. Yeah, someone has to run a 5K in Heelys.
We gotta YouTube that. There's gotta be somebody who's
Sure,
done it.
some's done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like there's people who like ran 5Ks and races in all kinds of weird shoes and outfits.
Yeah.
juggling.
Yeah, the
entire
juggling
Oh, that's
marathon.
sick.
I love the juggling guys.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There was a guy that did there's a race where it was right around one of the like patriotic holidays that we have. We have so many. Might have been July 4th.
4th of July.
Memorial Day,
Okay.
Labor Day.
Is Labor Day patriotic?
Pretty patriotic.
People always put flags out for it.
Very
It's
patriotic.
it doesn't make sense for it to be, but it does. Yeah.
Labor Day.
I'll give you Memorial Day.
You give Americans any reason to put
Yeah,
a flag
that's what
out,
I'm
and
saying.
we will.
I feel like Halloween
Easter.
people could.
And if you don't like it, we don't care.
Christmas, very patriotic.
We do things a little different around here.
Well, yeah, I guarantee I can Google like
Uncle Sam, put your name.
a Halloween American flag. I guarantee
And
it
I'm
exists.
proud to
absolutely.
be an American.
But he ran. I think it was a 10K or 15. It might have been 15K, and he just ran with a pretty legit American flag the entire time.
Wow. What would be your thing? Like if you did a race and you wanted to have like a thing, like you wanted to be in the news for the guy that did
Flippers.
this. Flippers.
That's a good one.
That's a really
sucks.
good one.
Like straight scuba diving flippers.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
I think it'd be. I don't know if this would make the news. though.
It was like high step.
I mean, you
That'd
would
be
be
torture.
ripped. I mean, that would your
Clown
legs would be
shoes?
insane.
I think I don't know
shoes
if this
would
would
be
make the
good,
news,
yeah.
but just backwards.
That would be that'd be. A
I
good
feel
one.
like it's like weird enough, but like I'm not gonna. It's not gonna hurt me.
What about like the superhuman, where you have like a little person or like someone that's smaller than you? It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be
Like a child.
No, it has to be two adults, but they are smaller than you. So the bigger person's on the bottom, and they're on your shoulders. But then you have like a huge trench coat. You know what I'm saying? So it makes it look like
that's
it's one
hilarious.
person.
That's hilarious.
So you have like a 7 foot, 8 foot person running.
That's really funny.
Giant Doctor for those of you that are Scrubs fans.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been done multiple times.
I think that
I don't know what you call that.
I would like to do
Mega person.
I would like to run a half marathon or heck a marathon because this is unrealistic. So I'm just gonna say
Okay,
whatever.
yeah.
And I would
Run
like
an
to
ultra.
I'm gonna run a half marathon, and I want to at the same time break the world record for how many cartwheels are done in that amount of time.
Ah.
So just like run, cartwheel, and then I break the world record for how many cartwheels are done in that amount of time, and I run a half marathon.
You know, the only thing that sounds worse to me than running a half marathon is running a half marathon and doing cartwheels at the same time.
I can do a mad cartwell. I can do a really good cartwheel.
Let's see it right now.
I'm mad.
Do
I'm
it.
mad whenever I do it.
Do it.
Not enough space.
The
Of course.
You could
That's
do.
why.
You could be like a glitter bomb person. So every time you pass someone, You just
That
hit him
sounds
with
terrible.
glitter and it
That sounds terrible.
sticks all over their
Is
sweaty
whoever does
body.
that is a terrible person.
That's like,
that should be a federal offense.
I've never
to
wanted
run
to
the
do one of
entire race
those,
with
but
glitter.
the
That is
like,
messed up.
those like color runs.
No, you should.
Oh, they
Yeah,
love
those.
those.
I don't
signed
think I
up-
like that.
I
People
signed
love
up,
that.
I signed
People
up for a
do.
foam glow run in Charlotte. There's like where they do all the foam and it's all like glowing different colors. So it's called foam glow. It's very descriptive. But I signed up for one of those. Never went to it though.
Ah.
I paid for it.
What if
I want to
you-
do. There's a 5K, and I think it's in Appomattox or Amherst or somewhere, and it's at night, but it's like it's in December before Christmas, and their whole like main street in downtown is all lit up with Christmas.
That sounds
lights.
like fun.
So you just run through, and then once you cross the finish, it's like a family friends hot chocolate and like s'mores thing.
That's fun. Can you drive through?
Probably not. You can Healy through though.
Okay,
It's one of
all
those
right.
races. There's no sanctioning, so you
Guys,
do
I
what you want.
tried to mow my lawn with my one wheel yesterday. I'm sorry, it just came into my head and I felt
What
like I had
now?
to let you know.
What?
That is so dangerous.
Why?
Because I was just thinking, I was like, all I'm doing is going back and forth. I might as well hop on my one wheel because I got a self-propelled lawnmower. And let me tell you, if I only mowed in straight lines and didn't have a hill, it would have been fantastic. If I had a yard that was just all flat, it would have been no problem. Because whenever I did like the stripe on the flat part, even going up the hill, between the self-propelled of the lawnmower and the power of the one wheel, it didn't slip in the grass or anything because it would just pull me. I mean, I was a machine. It was like one of those. It was like one of those lawnmowers where it's like the ride behind where you stand on the little thing.
Yeah.
It was like that. I mean, I probably looked ridiculous.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would love to have been your neighbor.
The problem was that I have to do stripes back and forth on a hill, on like a sideways slant. And
Have
so,
you thought about just mowing that part up and down?
well, I think it's a little too steep for that, and so I think the hill in my yard is a little bit unrealistic for it. But there was a second there where I was like, I'm about to bust out my lawn in 30 minutes. I thought it was gonna be awesome.
I'm just amazed you have both of your legs today.
I did. I mean, it was dangerous. It was, but you know,
That's terrifying.
I mean, by the time it's not dangerous. Actually, I take it back. It's
No,
not
I don't think it's that dangerous.
Because the second
I
I
would
let go
do
of the
it.
handles, the blades stop.
Yeah.
So now I do duct tape the handles though, so that it never stops running. Yeah, just to live on the edge a little.
Have you thought about doing, because it's self-propelled mower, you said?
Yeah.
Have you thought about the stake in the middle of the yard trick?
No, because I don't think that's gonna work very well.
I've just seen it on TikTok.
Yeah.
It seems like it always
also,
works.
I decided while I was doing it, actually, I think it'd be really good for you because with one wheel you get a really good core workout. So balance and all that stuff would be really good. But I was also like, I kind of like that once a week I get like a really good workout because I have that hill in my yard. Mowing my lawn is like a workout, and so I like that I get that.
Do you though? Like, do you actually like it?
I do
Oh.
actually enjoy it. Yeah.
If you need help mowing your lawn, I know a guy.
Okay.
Trevor.
Used to be a professional lawnmower. Cutter,
I'm
grass
good.
cutter.
I'm good.
He was a lawn mower, now he's a human.
He was a lawnmower. He's converted to a human.
A princess kissed him, and he turned
Yeah.
into a human.
Last question I have on the running thing,
Back to running. Yeah.
because you were talking about the color one,
Yeah, color run.
and you were saying that you wouldn't like it.
I would not.
I just came up with another.
I sweat too much.
Don't
Yeah,
let me
with
forget.
another-
I have a question for Brad whenever this is done.
Okay.
I have a question for Hunter.
Okay.
So-
all right.
I don't
I'll
have
question
a question.
you. You question him. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Running.
I'll think of one for Konner.
Running for the majority of people, I think, is boring. That's why they have to try to come up with these like cool ways to make running cool for these
It
people.
being boring is not the problem for me.
What if you had a mosh pit running race?
No.
That would be fun.
That'd be fun.
So like, there's certain areas like every
to run
every
through a
half
mosh pit.
mile, there's just mosh pits.
I am scared
with
of
like
mosh
rock.
pits. I don't
rock
understand
music,
mosh
whatever
pits.
going on. Like concerts, kind of like mini concerts going on, and you just have to make it through the mosh pit.
You got like the dude doing the swinging fist, and you're just like,
I would not enjoy the mosh pit
I
part
think
of
you
it,
would
like
sign
an
up for
actual
that.
mosh pit, because that's terrifying. Mosh pit is just like you have this one circle that is no longer in the jurisdiction of the U.S. government.
Yeah.
And you just have anarchy in there. Like, if don't put your kids in there, don't let your wife walk in there, because somebody's getting hit in the head and there's not going to be any consequences.
yeah.
Like, you
The
watch
body's
videos-
getting dragged out.
Well,
and
you
people
watch
keep going.
videos of that happening, and you see a guy like see someone, and he just rears up his arm and just like flat fist
They
them right
never
in the head.
punch like they. I think that's what makes it okay, because they're never
only
like,
flail.
They're never punching with the intention of hurting someone.
But I see those. They are.
There's a lot
They
of
are.
do, yeah.
No, because if you're trying to punch to hurt someone, you're doing this.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah.
They're doing, like,
they're just
straight arm
arm
punches.
flailing.
That still
yeah.
hurts.
Fine. I know, but I think it's okay.
I don't.
It's
It
what
makes
makes
it
it
much
okay.
easier.
I don't think that there's a way to say they're not trying to hurt people. I think, again, you have this circle for this set amount of time where laws do not like abide. And
But if you had someone going up there and just like uppercutting people and like drop kicking people, like that would be messed up.
I don't think it would stop. I think people would just be like, yeah, oh, he's going off. Like if I ran across a mosh pit and drop kicked a guy, I think it would be like.
I feel like
They
Brad
love
has the most experience with mosh pits, so I'd like to hear from Brad now.
Have you
Brad,
ever been in a mosh pit?
Have I ever been in one?
Yeah.
Many.
Yeah.
Many.
Have
I
you
feel
ever,
like Brad
have
is
you ever
too.
punched people
I feel
in
like
mosh
Brad
pits?
is too protective for a mosh pit. I feel like he's gonna go in there, have fun for a second, and then get nudged and be like, just go into attack mode and start taking
Brad just
people
like got
down.
someone an arm bar.
Well, I did get in trouble.
Disrespect your surround.
I did get in trouble once. So me and my wife and two of our friends went to one, and it was like this huge mosh pit. And this guy came over and he like was swinging, which is fine. I don't care if I get hit, but he hit Kimberly in the head. So I grabbed him by the neck and picked him up and set him on the other side of the room. And then the security guard made me leave. So I didn't participate in a ton of them just because I am that way. Like I don't care if I get hit, but don't hit like the small people or whatever. But I think that'd be great. I think you just give people like 3-ounce MMA gloves and like between mile 1 and 2.
Gloves make it better.
Yeah, that's true.
I think no kicks, just punches.
Yeah.
For that mile, and then mile 2 you can't punch anymore.
What about a paintball race?
no.
You get to every mile, the next 10th of a mile is just a paintball. You just got to sprint.
Like Civil War style each side
Yeah,
of the
both
road.
sides are lined up and you just try to make
I'm
it through.
terrified.
I
I
love that.
can't. I'm
I love
terrified of
that.
paintballs. I'm terrified of them.
The purge race.
That would be fun though because
Mile
I'm
2
thinking,
you might get stabbed, but you don't know.
I think that the idea of like not like necessarily a mosh pit race, but where there's like it's like a concert series race, which I'm sure happens, but like every mile you've got a band playing, like that would be fun because then you're like I can't wait to get to the next mile to hear what
there was
music
live
they're
music
playing.
like every other mile on this race.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a very common thing.
well, yeah, but they probably were they like covering Party in the USA or were they like a band?
No, they were like country folk.
A lot of times
that's
it's
fun.
like local
That's
It
fun.
wasn't great.
It wasn't.
I mean, they were. I would have had fun if I was sitting down eating dinner.
Gotcha.
But
yeah, no, I want like
When I've got
yeah.
Eminem rap
I
god
want, like,
blaring in my
Foo
ear,
Fighters
and then
playing.
I run around the corner, and the dude's like, and I'm like, all right, let's calm down, Doug.
Yeah.
No, I smiled and waved at all of them and
Doug.
thanked them. Because, I mean, they're out there for hours just playing music to no one
Yeah.
who cares. We're running.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're
that
the
makes
worst
sense.
audience possible.
I've played at a 5K before. Yeah,
Yeah.
no one cares.
No, because you're just running by them and you're like, oh, sick.
and it was
You got any
freezing.
gels or water?
It was so cold.
This was the temperature out there is perfect. It
And I was like,
60
I was in
degrees.
high school, so I was like, why are you guys running?
Yeah.
That's funny. No, mine's less of a question, more of a comment. Like, would you be willing to dress up like Luigi, and then when you're running by someone, like throw a banana peel, and then like the next one,
That'd be hilarious.
So there's
Air horn.
Casa has a superhero 5K they do every year.
That's
at
fun.
it's the same weekend as that race I was talking about at Apple Valley, but they do it every year on Percival's whatever Point of Honor Trail, maybe I don't know, something on the Blackwater Creek Trail. They do a 5K run every year, and the point is like you dress up as a superhero, and it's
That's
to raise
so
money
fun.
for Casa, but that would fit right into that race.
I
If
want
I
you
was
to
just
throw items at
running by as
people.
Luigi, obviously he's not a superhero, but just like walk by and then just like I can't make his noise, but I would
You
try.
don't think he's a superhero?
He's a plumber.
He's a
He can
superhero.
shoot
to-
Well,
a
just-
To be
fireball.
fair, it is the Super
No, but
Mario
he can
Brothers.
only
yeah, true. It is the Super
he can
Mario
only
Brothers.
shoot the fireballs when he eats the flower.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Those
like,
are power ups.
Well, Spider-Man can
Iron
only
Man
shoot the webs when he
literally is
got
only
bit
good
by
when
a
he's got
spider.
Yeah.
Iron Man's
At
only
least
good with his
Luigi made the
suit.
choice to be a superhero. But Spider-Man
I
just
don't
got
think,
bit.
but the thing is
Batman's
like
just really good at
Yeah, you
martial
kind of just ruined a
arts.
bunch of superheroes.
no, but if I'm Mario and I eat the flower, I get the same power.
Yeah, but
And if I'm playing, if I'm playing in
Also,
you use
Super
it,
Mario Brother.
if I'm playing in Mario Kart and I'm dry bones and I run over that, I get the same thing. I don't think that's a superhero. I think it's a power up.
yeah, if anybody puts on the Iron Man suit, they're Iron Man.
correct. Superhero.
No, Iron Man has the core in him.
Well, that is true.
That is true. That's
Okay,
the core.
Batman.
You got us
Hunter
there.
makes a
Batman.
good choice.
You got us there.
Batman's trained in martial arts.
I am
He
too.
fights.
So I'm a superhero?
No,
Yes,
do you have
you
the
are.
Batcave?
No. Is the Batcave necessary to
He has
be a
the Brad
superhero?
Cave.
For Batman, yeah.
Okay.
He's Bradman.
Batman
have a
doesn't have a
Batcave.
superpower. Like Batman doesn't have a superpower.
Okay. So
He's a
not
vigilante.
superhero.
Yeah, he's a vigilante. I wouldn't call him a superhero. Superman's a superhero. He can fly.
He's a cool guy. He's not a superhero. He's more of a cool guy.
Flash.
What about the what about the guy with the bow and arrow?
Hawkeye.
He does some supernatural
Hot
stuff.
guy?
No, that's a different one.
Hot guy.
What about the hot guy?
What about that hot guy?
But like in theory, if someone could get as good, no, because like doesn't he control the bow at times? Like the
it
arrow.
just has technology. I
It's
think.
technology, does it?
I don't know. Depends on what interpretation it is.
What
I don't
about
know this much
Shazam
about
people?
superheroes.
What is
Where
Shazam?
He just gave his like brothers and sisters superpowers.
But like gave him superpowers. If you have a superpower, you are a superhero.
Even if you're given it.
Well, yeah. If I gave you the
So
ability
similar
to fly,
so similar like if you were given
or a
like,
super villain, I
So
guess.
similar like if you were given like something that like gave you like a raccoon's tail and you could fly.
No, because it's a power up. It doesn't last forever. It doesn't last forever.
Hey, that's Tanuki Mario. Easy.
Here,
easy.
I'll give it this. When
Isn't it a raccoon's tail?
Yeah, it's
in
Yeah.
It's just really funny how you made
In
yourself
the-
how you got there though.
during the time frame that Luigi's powered up, he's a superhero. I'll give you that.
Okay.
It's like once he eats the flower and he's throwing the fireballs. Superhero.
Oh, okay. All right.
But the second he's powered, or like
So
eats
like
the star and he's
how
invincible.
Bruce Banner isn't a superhero, but the Hulk is.
Ooh, good one.
But no one can like turn it. If there was a power up to turn you into the Hulk, yeah.
There is.
There
He
is.
just gets
Anger.
really mad. Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
if you get angry, you're not going to be some big green guy.
You don't know that.
That's true. I've
Sure,
never
you
seen
don't
it.
know that.
That's true.
I don't think any of you have ever seen me mad, so you don't know that.
That's
You don't
true.
wanna
Maybe
see
he
me
is the
mad.
Hulk.
Yeah. You don't
Maybe.
know.
But Brad turns red.
Yeah. You see me mad once.
I just turn
turns
red
red.
whenever I'm just alive. I'm just red. All right, here's my question for Brad. All right, Brad.
Oh no.
For those of you that you guys probably do know this because it was just said, but Brad is a he's a diamond plated belt in jiu-jitsu.
Not true.
What's the highest level? What's the highest level of honor in martial arts
In general
Conor
or just
McGregor.
jiu-jitsu?
in general?
Can I try to answer that?
You get a proper 12.
Because I just want to know if it's right.
Okay, Brodie's gonna try this.
Just let me know if it's third degree black belt.
No, it's more.
Here's the problem: all disciplines
You can
have
keep
different
going.
systems.
Yeah, but
Okay.
what's the best?
Because like that dude there's a dude on the billboard
Which
that's a 12
bear
degree
is
black
best?
belt in Krav Maga.
12 degree. Okay, I've never heard
So
of that.
with jiu-jitsu, there are
He's the first in the world.
There are degrees of belt, but with jiu-jitsu, a lot of it's just time. So you get, I think it's 6 degree black belt in jiu-jitsu, and then you get like a red and white belt. And that is like the highest honor you can get.
Why not a diamond belt?
It's heavy.
At what point?
Why not a studded belt? Because then you can also listen to Linkin Park.
That's true.
At what point do they just hand you a proper 12? Like at what level do you just get that?
Listen, I'm not even going to go here with you.
Oh.
This wasn't the question.
Yeah,
That was
I
my
would-
question.
yeah.
Like at what point does Conor McGregor just show up and like,
If you're on his jet and it's 9/11, he's going to hand you a proper 12. That's what's going to happen. Do you see that video?
no.
No, but that sounds
I just
sick,
went
though.
to a completely different point.
No,
I'm about to hand you a proper 12, boy.
there's a video of him like it's 9/11. They're flying into New York City. It's nice, okay, as nice
Okay.
as Conor McGregor can be. And
Conor
he's-
McGregor, if you watch the behind the scenes documentaries, a very
I
nice man.
completely misunderstood what you said, but now I understand what you're saying.
Sorry, I guess that could be that way, but no, he like pours.
Well, you
proper
said
12.
it's 9/11 and Conor McGregor's on the plane. I'm like, is this some kind of like they made like some kind of reinterpretation of what happened on 9/11? But I understand now.
No.
This was on the date 9/11, not the
This year.
event.
This
Yes.
year, he was
I
on his
understand
plane.
now.
They were flying into New York City. He like takes proper 12 out. He pours a glass for everybody in the flight attendants, and he says something very nice about the people that lost their lives on 9/11. And hey, look where we are now. You know
What
It
is
was nice.
proper 12?
It's his whiskey company.
Whiskey.
I understand. I thought you were saying that was like an accolade. Like
No.
and so I was
6
thinking
degree
that you're
black
like,
belt, then you're
hey, you
proper
better look
12.
out, or I'm gonna give you a proper 12. I'm gonna give you a proper 12 right in the kisser.
See, I was gonna make fun of Hunter earlier. About the running.
That's not really what we do here, Brad.
That is what we do.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot.
Stupid.
Yeah. No, I was gonna make fun of Hunter because I don't understand runners. Obviously, look at me, I'm not a runner. I never
He's a
was.
track star.
Even in my like best shape when I was doing MMA, I was not a runner. And I'm like, why would you want to just put yourself through all that pain and just how's it make sense? But I'm literally wearing slides right now because I've broken my toes so many times this year at jiu-jitsu that like it hurts my feet to wear shoes right now.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, I get it.
This
Yeah.
is what I was going to ask you, Brad. All right. I was trying to be funny by saying that you were the highest ranking and whatever. Derailed us completely. But what I need to know, because so we've made this joke.
Mm-hmm.
Let me not be say exactly the name, but there's this person that whenever we go to USDGC, we bring up that there's a possibility that someone gets attacked by them.
Yes.
And we keep on saying, well, I keep on saying, and I feel no shame in saying this, I hope it happens. Because I want to see what Brad does in this situation. Because I know Brad's going to take him down. It's going to be freaking awesome. So, with that, I will say, I hope that this happens because I can't wait to watch it.
Well, mainly because Konner's not the one to be attacked.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's right.
very true. I would
That's
not
right.
be attacked. So I would just like to know, Brad, someone's trying to mess with like somebody's being attacked. What is your go-to? Because I know you're not just like, whatever happens, I'm going to start throwing fists. You have a move. Like, I know you've got a move. Or like, for each situation, I know you do because it goes beyond just like, what are you doing? I need to know what you're doing.
Well, without sounding like an idiot, I guess it depends on the situation, who's involved, that sort of thing.
Okay.
If like me and like my wife and my kids are there, like I'm de-escalating and creating distance.
Wives and kids are not there.
Wives and kids are not there.
They're
Someone
not-
just pulled a knife on me.
Yeah, it's just us in this room. It's us in this room.
Konner pulled a knife on me.
Oh, no, because
Well-
he knows like, it's got to be somebody that like an
A
out.
man walks through that
Yes.
door, pulls a knife on me.
Yes.
Okay, well,
We'll go knife first.
how
and
do
then
I
we'll
say
go to
this
fist.
lightly? There's an old saying about knives in a certain type of fight. That's what I'll say.
Don't bring
Okay.
knives to a
You don't-
gunfight.
You don't. Whoa. First off,
Hold on.
we can't do that on
Hold
the
on.
podcast. You don't have your bicep guns.
Oh,
with
I
you.
understand. I understand what you're saying now.
No, I
You
mean,
just are. You got only what God gave you. What are we
Yeah.
doing?
I mean, I think it's really going to be.
There's an American in the chat like, well, technically, God gave us the Constitution.
Yeah, well, I'll exercise that.
Ephesians
right.
4:12 says.
No, I think someone with
That's
a
funny,
knife.
Hunter.
Thank you.
Someone with a knife is tricky because you have to like close the distance with them because their weapon is also the distance they have, like the space between you. So someone's coming at Hunter with a knife. I'm 100% going for the double leg,
Heck yeah.
and
Come on.
and I'm catching the arm on the way down, and I'm
Now, what does
breaking
that
the arm.
mean? Next, go into more detail there. What does it mean to go for the double leg and then catch an arm on the way down?
So I'm going to shoot, like think of wrestling style.
Thinking
and
about
you
it.
grab around the legs.
You're going around the legs. How are you catching
Like
that
how
arm?
you grabbed onto your dad when you were a kid and you held onto one leg. Oh, he
Yeah.
walked.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
it's Brad.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds
And
like fun.
Yeah, and
No, yeah, you're holding on to Brad's leg.
Oh, okay, all right.
I want to try to drive him on the knife side, so I'm kind of pinning his arm, and I'm going across and grabbing his arm.
Okay.
I'm putting pressure on his chest, keeping his back flat. If his shoulders are flat, he doesn't really have the range with his arm, and then I'm
Okay.
controlling that arm.
Now, no knife.
No knife?
Someone
No
just
knife.
jumps me.
They're just like, they're starting a fight. Like, they just got up and they push Hunter, and you can just tell the aggression is going to go further. What are you doing? Now, it doesn't mean like you're beating them up. Are you holding them down till we get the cops there? Like, what are we? Or are you just shoving them and you're just like, hey, man, you don't want to go there?
Yeah, I'm probably pushing, getting space between him and Hunter, and then if he comes at me again, if he moves momentum toward me, then I mean, there's like 30 things, but I'd probably hip toss or just do a simple takedown, control limb.
I think
with
they call
pressure.
that twerking.
Yeah.
Hip toss.
yeah, it is. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day. But,
So you're going to throw it back.
yeah, it's really hard to like say I'm going to do X move because it really depends on the guy, like where the momentum is, all that stuff. But
He's a me-shaped guy. Someone more intimidating. He's a Brodie-shaped guy.
he's a Brodie. With a Brodie human, I'm going to have to like put all my weight at his legs to try
Okay,
to get
yeah.
him down because I'm not going to be able to pull
Aim for the
him.
glass knees.
Brodie loves that joke.
I got last night he was trying to listen to something. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what you were doing. But he played something on his computer. Or no, it was yesterday while he was sitting back here. And he played something on his laptop. I was editing the DraftKings ad.
Uh-huh.
And he played something on his laptop. I was like, man, dude, what's wrong with the audio on that? And I was like, I haven't got to say that in so long.
I miss that. You still have the same laptop?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's why we're getting him a new laptop. Not
That is
this. Next time he's back in
Brodie's
town.
speakers are like fricked up on his laptop.
Well, his headphones broke too. So he doesn't have an option.
and so whenever he listens to anything through his laptop, it's like, and it's so.
And every
funny.
time we're like, man, audio's a little messed up on this.
Yeah, audio sounds weird in that video.
Oh man.
That was fun. That was a good
fun.
time.
Yeah.
But to finish your comment, I'm going to like control them and hold them. If they give me a hard time, I'll break something.
Konner, you
Okay.
need to watch this. Look up Special Forces
All right.
guy viral video.
Oh.
Okay.
It's this guy looks super like
I don't know what that was.
It's
what
a
the
bird.
heck. Undeceiving. That's not the right word. What's the word?
Unassuming.
Unassuming. Super unassuming looking guy. You know, he's got. He looks like he's going to church, like slacks, tucked in polo.
Okay.
He's just standing there, and it's like a drill or not a drill,
Okay.
but like a instruction kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's a guy standing, gun pointing at him. Guy behind him, gun pointing at him, and he's just like this. He's like, he smiles, and then I won't spoil it, but
Oh,
it
okay.
is
That sounds like fun.
scary.
That sounds like fun.
Scary.
Yeah.
It makes
What
me
I think
really
I'm
want to
doing-
like find a special forces person.
So
Just find one.
I know
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Well, they can't be found.
yeah,
They're
Well,
This guy right
masters-
here, he's got a video.
They're
He's
masters
out of
of
the special
hiding.
forces, though, I guess.
They don't leave a
Y'all
trail.
ever see that? Speaking of viral YouTube special forces, the guy who was like,
Dude, perfect.
no, he used to. I don't remember what
Mr.
he
Beast.
did. He acted like he definitely wasn't special forces.
Oh
but
yeah,
like,
FBI Russia.
no.
I love that guy.
No, he's
Where
this is a
he right
this is a
now?
comedian.
It's fake Russian.
This is a comedian.
that's fine.
He basically like
That's better actually.
he would everything was set up like you thought he was about to give you actual like fighting advice. Like one of the videos, this is the one I think went the most viral, was he was talking about like an attack, like he's wearing like a Velcro type thing, and he's like in a tactical situation, you know, you have to worry about the Velcro making noise, right? And he like pulls something off, it's like he's like, so what they taught us is you had to be able to, you know, be able to do that movement without anyone hearing the Velcro noise. He's like, it took years of practice, but let me show you. And he like goes to grab it, and it's like all serious and everything. He goes to grab it, and he just goes, ah! As he rips it off. He's like, you didn't hear the Velcro. It was like he did multiple videos like that, and then there's another one who was he taught you self-defense, and it was all fake. And it was hysterical.
That's so
he
funny.
wore he would wear like really loud pants. You know what I'm talking about?
Was it the guy's like, to be a proper hillbilly ninja? Is it that?
That
guy?
was one of them. Yeah, that was one
And
of
he had
them.
like he had hot dogs like as nunchucks.
The person from Napoleon Dynamite.
No,
You mean Napoleon Dynamite?
the Napoleon Dynamite guy.
He wore loud pants.
He wore American flag pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there was a guy that they probably they probably either this guy copied
copied
him.
off of that.
Oh,
or
by
they-
loud pants, you mean like color-wise loud or pattern loud, not
What
like
were
they
you
make
thinking?
noise.
Like loud in volume?
Yeah. Well, he had talked about the Velcro making noise. I thought he was just wearing like
Fair. That's
loud
fair.
pants.
Different people.
All
Like
Velcro.
snow pants? Where
Yeah,
it's
like
like
snow pants.
Yeah, the hillbilly guy is what I'm talking about. The old YouTube was just a magical place.
It is true.
It's still good. YouTube's
yeah,
still good.
YouTube's
It's just
a
not
good
the
place.
same. It's still good.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, be sure to subscribe. But like old YouTube was like, it's just good.
I think we said this in the last banter. I think I didn't check the comments yet. I usually
We
like-
asked him to comment.
Yeah, we asked him to comment.
I
Things that
read
they want us
them.
to talk about. So you guys keep doing that. We will. I'm sorry.
I read them. I'm gonna be straight with the people. Step your game up.
Yeah, we only had like a couple comments.
There was
on
only
what
like
they want us-
3 on what they wanted us to. Some people explained the snail question. I was wrong. It wasn't.
Oh.
It wasn't deep. It was like a comedian that came up with it.
Hot
It was-
take. I don't care about that at all.
The people were saying that you nailed the pug bark. The only
Yeah.
real one was from Connor's favorite person, Shay Stevens.
What did he say?
Favorite conspiracy theories.
I don't. My conspiracy.
Connor's
theories will get
favorite is
people riled
the
up. Don't do
Connor's
this to me.
favorite.
Don't do
is
this
the
to me, Hunter.
pyramids.
That's not a conspiracy theory.
Here we go. No, I think
This one gets me angry because it's not. You make me sound like a crazy person, but there's way more like facts and evidence
Wait.
for what I'm saying about it.
I
Than,
put some tinfoil on your desk. Make your hat and then go ahead.
I don't know if I should say this or not. There's
Oh.
no way he listens to this, but
Oh.
our window washer that comes into the retail store,
Yeah.
very nice guy. Nothing disparaging to him, but he is a flat earther. And I just like poked him for like an hour one
I
day
love
on
flat
this.
earthers.
Fascinating.
And then I gave him.
I've never met one in real life.
He really believes it.
I'm like
I-
kind of one.
and then I
I want to tell them I have flown to where I've seen the Earth curve, and I've went up over to get to China. I flew up over.
Flat earthers don't
North
think.
Pole.
Flat earthers
And
don't
back
think the
down.
Earth is flat. Okay.
What do they think?
It still has curve to it.
It's like an eye.
But I
It's like a
flew
bubble.
from DC
That's what they want you to think,
up
dude.
over to China, and I watched it.
Did you break a window?
I was looking out the window.
Yeah,
So
that's
you're sure it wasn't a screen?
That's just
Gosh,
deflection.
you are
dude.
such a
That's just
sheep,
deflection.
dude.
Yeah.
Such a sheep.
But no,
I've also flown from San Francisco down to Australia. So I've circled the globe. I've seen
Again,
it.
what they want you to think.
it's just a big flat line.
Oh, so they got their toilets spin the wrong way, and just because of that, you think you're on the other side of the earth? Wow, sheep.
It didn't actually.
So that
They didn't actually spend the
Our
wrong way.
I'm just kidding. I'm not actually a flat earther.
So
But I
what-
think it's fun.
I was just saying they didn't actually. I was disappointed. I flushed the toilet. It spun the same way.
so
That
my
sucks.
It turns out it's just wherever they put the jets in the toilet that makes it spin, not anything with gravity. I'm sure maybe back in the day when they used water, it would have. But like nowadays, modern toilets just.
they use
That's
this-
really
they use
sad.
AI to
I'm
flush.
disappointed in Australia.
I was too. When I flushed the toilet, that's all I wanted to see, and
I'm
it just
sorry, Hunter. That's tough.
went the same way. So just wanted to break your heart before you got there.
My favorite thing to do with a conspiracy theorist like that is like my wife's dad's a nutcase, but so he believes all these things. Yeah, I don't even care. But I like to just like see how far they're willing to go and admit like all the things they believe. Like I like to get them to the point when I can get them to the point where they say there's lizard people that live underground that take human form at night. Then that's where I'm just like,
Yeah.
I didn't know we were talking about facts. I thought we were saying conspiracy theory.
we can't have this conversation. The other
Who do you think built the pyramids?
Hunter, stop it. I'm gonna cry.
No. I think if I was saying my favorite conspiracy theory, I'm not saying I believe it. I'm just saying like it's just hilarious. But there's also like the people that believe that in the core of the earth there is actually like you break through this wall and there's like a lush, beautiful paradise where dinosaurs still exist, and that they retreated towards
Journey to the center of the earth.
yeah, where they retreated to the center of the earth during the ice age because it's warmer. So.
I do love Brendan Fraser. Oh, really? Nothing for that one. He's the actor in Journey to the Center of the Earth.
You know I don't watch movies.
Ah, my bad.
Not to talk about disc golf, but southern pine beetles. If I'm a developer, I'm dropping those bad boys in
That is a great point.
That is a
the
good
woods that I want.
Yep.
That's true. You can probably buy it for a cheap
Super
cost.
cheap.
Yeah.
Maybe they did.
They're like, I need to get rid of this. We're infested with southern pine beetles. It's like, oh, I can take that off your
I
hands.
said, okay, cheap, dirt cheap.
Yeah.
There's
There
a
you
lot
go.
of people.
You
that
ever
would
heard
do
of
that.
fire?
No. Someone asked us to power rank. What was it? Movie, TV show, cheese.
That was a 3, yeah.
I think cheese is more interesting.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know if that's
How
where
long
we're
is
going.
this show?
Yeah, we're about done.
We're
We're
about
about
done.
wrapping it up.
Do you guys just walk off again?
No, we actually spin the wheel to decide the next cast.
Oh.
Yeah.
We also finished
Because
with
I'm not going to lie. 10 minutes ago, I was about to put my mic down and walk off.
I could tell. You did mentally.
I was
It's
like,
It's
thought,
been about 50 minutes. Well, Connor's screen used to tell me the time, but now it goes to this weird
Gotcha.
wallpaper, so I just have to like kind of keep track on my phone.
52 minutes.
yeah, that is a weird wallpaper. I don't like it.
I didn't. It is a new computer. It just does that. I don't know.
Basically, the only person that's always on the banter is Connor,
Oh.
and these two are rotating seats.
Oh, nice.
So we put Trevor, Brad, Hunter, Jason, Silas on a wheel, and
heck
whoever
yeah.
it
The
lands
reason
on-
is because it wouldn't make sense for somebody to kick me out of my desk for an hour every week because that would be unproductive.
It was really we were
But I
gonna
like
do
to
it.
tell myself it's because I'm everybody's favorite.
It was really we were gonna do it, and Connor cried, so we didn't. Oh,
Yeah.
it's getting very close. It's very close. It's very close. It's me. I'm back. 3 weeks
Come
in a
on, Big
row.
Hunt.
Bad news for my haters.
If it's me again, I'm going to defer.
I
and
think
spin
if
again.
it's us two, we have to
Yeah,
we
we
have
can't
to
do it
respin.
again.
Trevor.
It's Trevor. It's me and
OG
Trevor.
cast.
The
Okay,
OG banter.
all right.
And Brodie will be back next Wednesday?
yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be
I'll be
Brodie.
there.
It'll be the full OG banter.
All right.
Get ready for some arguments.
We do have to make a noise. I think we make the noise of
Sound
the lizard
effect.
people
You're
turning
still doing
in.
the noise thing.
Yeah, we did that. That's it stuck
I
around.
don't, see, the thing is, I don't think that ever caught on. But I think
It
you're-
caught on for us.
We
I
do
don't
it every
think it's
single
caught on.
episode.
We
What is-
enjoy
how
it.
does that? How does it not catch on? We do it every single episode.
Just ignore him. He's not
But
here.
just
I'm
because
ignoring.
you do it doesn't necessarily mean other people like
Hey,
it.
The lizard
no
people,
one's ever commented and said they don't
the
like
lizard
it.
people
Has
turning
anyone
into a
commented they
human.
liked it?
Everybody
Yeah,
comment
just
down
good.
below if you like or don't like the sound effect, but don't say if you don't like. I'm
one
not
person,
interested.
one person said the pug noise was
They
good.
did say the
Yeah,
pug
that's
noise.
true.
That's one.
Brad's,
So we've only
Brad's
gotten
pug bark
positive
was
ones.
incredible.
Yeah.
Lizard people turn into
Checkmate.
a human. Go.
Hi, I'm Bob.
I like it.
Wait, what is this one?
A lizard person turned into a human. at night. Or no,
At
not
night?
at night.
Why does it matter?
Why during the day? When do they
Why
do
does
it?
it matter?
Well, you
the
don't wanna
time?
hear
When do
the
they
sun.
turn? When do they turn?
Yeah, actually,
At night.
Yeah, see, they turn.
Also, sorry, favorite other
the
conspiracy.
temp at night.
The
temp-
birds are surveillance drones.
Yeah,
'cause you've
birds
never
work for the
seen-
bourgeoisie.
Birds
Yeah.
work for the bourgeoisie. Yeah. Okay, continue.
I do
You're-
like
you're
that
nice.
conspiracy theory, mainly because it's true.
You ever seen a baby pigeon?
No. Wow. Checkmate.
You go first. I gotta look something up.
I've cut open a lot of birds
All right,
just
here
to
we
see
go.
if they're robots.
Wow.
Wow, that was really good. I like all the snarling sounds. You're really good at the snarls.
Thanks. I've been told that.
All right, good, Brodie. I think Brodie just doesn't like this because he doesn't think he's good at sound effects.
I'm not.
Brody doesn't.
nervous. Brody
Brody
doesn't
doesn't want
he's
to
kinda
do
shy.
something.
I'll go.
He's not
I'll
really a
go. I'll go.
performer.
That's fine. Do you need money to save on car insurance?
You just looked at my phone. You looked at my phone. This is an outrage. I looked up the tagline from Geico. This guy overlooks my shoulder. I had the whole thing planned.
What are you, Hunter? Seriously, this is my new favorite conspiracy theory. You really think that Brodie would do that?
I think he just looked over my
You think
shoulder.
Brodie
he
has to
saw
take
me
other people's
Googling
ideas?
15 minutes to save you 15% or more on car insurance because that was going to be my
Sure,
end tagline.
Hunter.
I don't want
Hunter,
to do it anymore.
no,
I don't
you
want
have
do
to
it. This
try.
game's-
You have to
no,
try.
The sound game's done.
Oh, I'll
Sound
do Hunter's
game's
for him.
done.
Oh, can I
All right,
say
this will
one?
be interesting.
Yes. No more sound game. And we're back to walking off. This is what the banner is all about.